In today's video, we're going from this to this using this. Stay tuned.
0, 1. Let's get started.
Here's the list of supplies that I use and what you would need to dye in the washing machine. This is my 12-year-old washing machine. I set it to the highest load, which is more than 3 gallons. I set it to the hottest setting, and it is hot in and cold rinse. And then on the dial indicator, as far as how long, timer, I use the extra heavy at 18, and at the light 6, I will stop the machine, come back, turn it around, and I do that 3 times. So a total of about 36 minutes is what I usually will do. And now I put in 1 cup of table salt and 1 teaspoon of dish detergent, but I didn't measure that. And now I'm going to use the charcoal gray Rit Dye. I pour in the whole bottle of the Rit Dye, and usually I get the results I want with 1 bottle. Then I put in the wet fabric. This is some canvas drop cloth that I washed previously, and it's wet. And I mix all the ingredients together first before I put in the drop cloth. Now I'm going to put the drop cloth in, and I'm doing this with 1 hand, so that's why it's a little, goes off camera, but hopefully you'll get the idea. There's a lot of pilling on the canvas, but it'll come out in the wash and it'll come out in the dryer. I have a spoon that I use dedicated just for pushing the dye and dyeing. Now this is a sundress that I showed in a previous video that I had previously dyed. It's supposed to be champagne, but it's more peach in real life. So I pre-soaked the t-shirt, a white t-shirt that I'm putting in, and I pre-soaked the sundress. And then I'm going to put the sundress into this large net bag to try and keep from destroying the straps that are on sundresses. Anything delicate, this should not go into the regular agitated, regular washing. It should be in a gentle cycle, but for dyeing, it has to go into the agitation or it will not dye correctly. Close the lid. And so I set a timer for 8 minutes on my phone. In 9 minutes, it'll go to the light 6, but it gives me a minute to get over there, back to the laundry room. I push it to stop. I reset the dial back to the heavy. And now I'm going to show you what it looks like after I came back. I think this is not the first time. This is the second time. So it's 16 minutes of agitation here. And it got tangled up. Things will get tangled up. So I put on both gloves. And I have tongs here to pull it out. It makes it a little bit easier. You can wash the tongs afterwards. And it's fine, Put them through the dishwasher if you really want to sanitize them. But really, or just have a dedicated pair of tongs. I keep my little dishpan to the side here so I can put these wet things into it. And then I come back over to the washing machine and set the timer for another 8 minutes so that it'll be, at that point, the 36 minutes. Right? Or 32. Actually, 32 minutes. I can't do math. Okay, so here it is now after 32 minutes. And I don't know if it's picking it up on camera, but it looks more brown than gray to me. So at this point, I'm untangling it, looking at it, checking it out, and decide that I'm going to just put it back in the machine and let it soak not agitate, just soak for 60 minutes. So after 30 more minutes, which is a total of 60-minute dyeing time, I come back to the machine and the fabric had, some of it floated to the top. So now I'm checking it again. It's still, I don't know. I think it looked darker. Your opinion may vary. I don't know. But I didn't want to go any further. I think I did one more 8 minutes of agitation. And I'm digging around in there trying to find something else to check. The net bag had sunk to the bottom. And that's more of the canvas there. And so I'm still fishing around, and I ended up getting water in my inside the right hand glove. Took that off, got longer pair of tongs, and now I'm still fishing around in there trying to find something else besides the canvas. And I caught something, and I also caught the tongs on the washing machine and wiggle that out. Pulled it up, and it's heavy. And then I realized, grab the other glove at least, because I don't want to touch the dye. So this is the net bag. It's very heavy at this point with that dress in there. And I'm trying to get it over into the bucket or the dishpan. I want to pull that out. I want to take the drop cloth out, which I'm not showing here, but I took it out and straightened it up a bit, put the net bag back in, and we went again for another 9 minutes. Now at this point, I'm going to let it go and rinse. And this is where I differ from the Rit Dye website. There is a color stay dye fixative here that I have used in the past. I honestly don't think it actually does much to color stay the dye for me. I don't know. I feel like it's just one more, another hour of, whatever, filling the washing machine. I have to take out all the fabric while it's wet and it hasn't rinsed. And then you let the washing machine finish out its cycle. Then you fill it up again and you put the dye fixative in and put the fabric back in. And then it has to wash. And then you have to wash the fabric again. And it just, I don't know. What I do now is after I'm done with the dye and it's gotten to where, I think it's fine, it's done, I'll let the machine go, complete the cycle all the way through the rinse on the dyed fabric, on the dyed dress, on the dyed t-shirt. And I throw in, when it is time to wash the fabric, I will throw in 2 color catchers, and they come in different brands. Every brand works. I throw in 2 color catchers, a little bit of detergent, let the thing, the washing machine go through a full cycle, and then when I'm done, and I recycle or upcycle the color catchers into art, and I have a video for that. Okay, here's what the fabric looks like now after it has rinsed. It's you can see how big my drum is. It's, So now it is grayish. It looks more brown in this because the lighting in the laundry room is really bad. There's some pilling on it still, which will come out in the dryer, and there's some in the drum. And let me get the net bag out to show you. Here's the dress. Now here's the original sundress, or the first time dyeing it. Here's what it is now, and I do love that color. I don't know what we would call that color. I don't know. It's gray. I don't know. It's not charcoal gray because I only used 1 bottle. If I'd used 2 bottles of charcoal gray, everything would have been darker. But I'm fine with the color that came out. You can see the fluff. You can see some of the dye that is still, that dye is from a few weeks ago when I dyed something scarlet, and it's still in there, even though I cleaned the machine out. But it's not coming out on my clothes, so it's just because the plastic's 12 years old. It's taken a while for it to, you know, clear out of the agitator there. So yeah, here we go. I'm going to throw in 2 of the color catchers. Yeah, they look like dryer sheets, but they, you know, they're color catchers. They're kind of a fabric almost, and that's why I've upcycled it into art. And here's the dress. Now, the straps that you would use to hold it on a hanger, one's fine. The other one, how it happened, I don't know. It was in a bag, but it got disintegrated. So you see why I put the dress into a net bag. Some of the dye did not dye evenly on the dress. Now, I didn't put it in again during that 30-minute soak, and I probably should have. But, you know, even so, it looks all right. I mean, if you hit it with a bright light like I have right here, you can truly see it. Here's the canvas, and here's the t-shirt first. That was just a white cotton t-shirt, and now it is a light gray. I'm just going to call it light gray. You know, I don't know. What name is it? I don't know. I'm cutting off the bottom because it is too long for me. And I probably will use what I cut off to make wider straps on the sundress, because I don't like those little spaghetti straps. They're just, they hurt. They dig into my shoulder. And here's the canvas. It turned out pretty good. I'm going to use this in a future project, and hopefully I'll be able to film that. I'm still working out logistics of larger area filming. At the end of this video, I have a little short clip on how I clean the washer after. Okay, so for this, again, I use the same settings: hot, extra large load, extra heavy duty time. And then I will add bleach to my bleach dispenser, and about 1 or 2 cups of bleach inside the washing machine. And then I have 3 old towels that I use specifically now just for cleaning the washer after dyeing the fabric. Here I am pouring in the bleach now, and I will toss in the towels, let it go through the load. Okay.